Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Diamond Wedding Services. This is DWS TV, as we like to call it. But for those of you that just may be tuning in for the first time, my name is Mike Federer of Photography Portraits. And we want to let you know that Diamond Wedding Services, again, if you're not familiar, is a conglomeration of myself, Paul Martinez of Mindprint Productions, and Kelly Clemmy of Twisted Mics. We have come together here in recent history to provide you, our brides and grooms, a unique and simple way to come in and make a one-stop shop, if you will, for everything that you might need for your wedding day. So from photography to videography to music entertainment. But aside from the three of us, we also have contacts with area vendors for just about anything you can imagine. So photo booth, wedding dresses, cakes, flowers, you name it. We have contacts for it here. And all of this is brought to you with the help of Logo Pro. Brian over at Logo Pro, he is the man. The swag that you see us wearing right now has been provided by him, and actually toward the end of the broadcast we will be giving away 2 additional jackets to 2 of you lucky winners. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Logo Pro, his name probably hasn't been in the wedding industry or in the airwaves on the lips of everyone as a wedding supplier, but in reality he might be your best stop. Logo Pro can provide you with invitations, with save the date cards, with table tents, with custom apparel. You know, the t-shirts that are usually made by the bride and the bridesmaids or worn by them, you know, whether it be the bachelorette party or actually during the day of the wedding. So napkins are another thing that may come into play that you might be looking for. So look him up, Logo Pro. And I'm sure there it is. Yeah, his logo is actually on screen now, so you have his contact information, his telephone number. Call that number, tell Brian that DWS has sent you, and he will take care of you. So again, Mike Federer from Photography Portraits. I'm going to kind of turn it over to Kelly here and let him introduce himself and Paul and tell you a little bit about their businesses.
How are you doing, guys? My name is Kelly. I'm with Twisted Mics Music Entertainment, specializing in wedding services, along with Mike and Paul. Kind of give you a little bit of background on our services. We do about 180 weddings a year, in a mix with other large events, as in like the Bix Fest and QC Marathon. Do a lot of stuff with a lot of the local area businesses as well. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can comment right here below. Make sure you guys are asking any questions regarding music, event planning. If you guys have any questions on photography or videography as well, make sure to ask those questions. We actually read your questions right here. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you ask those.
Okay, we're going to swing it back over to me for just a second here, then I'll swing it over to Paul. But again, like Kelly had mentioned, we want to make sure that you guys start typing in the comment box below now as soon as you can. I know some people had some problems finding that comment box last week, so I believe on your mobile device, if you swipe all the way down, you may see several videos below our live feed here, but if you continue to sweep all the way down, you should find a comment box that you can leave comments for at that location. But the other thing I want to mention is not only start leaving your comments, start giving us questions to review for you. And the other thing, in order to be eligible for these giveaways, you have to be a resident of the Quad City metro area, simply for the fact that you need to come in here to pick them up. But aside from that, we need you to go ahead and type in your name, and then directly after your name type in DWS giveaway. So that way we can single you out as a local, if you will, so that we can single you out and put you on a list as our group of winners this week. So with that in mind, go ahead and start typing up those comments, get yourself eligible. I'm going to turn it over to Paul here real quick, just a self-introduction now.
Hey guys, I'm Paul with Mindprint Productions. We do a lot of video service here in the Quad Cities, from broadcast to Comcast, or with Comcast Sports Network up in Chicago, all the way down to weddings and stuff here. We've gone to school for this stuff. We absolutely love it. We do between 20 and 30 weddings a year. This next year we'll be doing that many. We did a little bit under that last year, but things are looking pretty good. This is something we absolutely love doing, and if you guys do have any questions about wedding video or anything along the lines of that, just please let us know.
All right, guys.
Okay, just a couple more things I want to mention here.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, I want to give a quick shout out to Betsy. Betsy, we were going to try to have on the show tonight. Betsy is from a boutique just south of us here. It's a brand new location, but Betsy, we want to tell you to get well. She's down with the flu today, but expect her possibly even on Friday's show. We are going to do another show on this Friday direct from the expo at the River Center. From the Bridal Expo. We're going to do a live remote there. And we will also have Heather, who is the director, if you will, from the Bridal Expo itself. So she will be actually on the broadcast, and you'll be able to ask her questions directly as well. So right now we want to quickly go through. We have some questions already, so that have been texted into Kelly's phone here. So we're going to turn it over to Kelly, and we're going to see what we can answer for you.
Somebody asked if we have our services individualized. Yes, you guys do not have to book all three of us to get Diamond Wedding Services at your wedding. You guys can actually just call us directly on our personal lines here. You guys can find all this contact information on our Facebook pages, on our websites. You can go like the DWS Facebook page, the Diamond Wedding Services Facebook page. You'll find all of our contact information on there as well. So yeah, you can actually book us individually or as a team. We work very, very well as a team, obviously. Having the coordinations right here in the office and be able to plan your weddings and events right here, all under one roof. Obviously very helpful. I also had another question. Do we provide karaoke at wedding receptions? We personally do not actually own karaoke equipment. We do, however, have the capability to rent the karaoke equipment. We have done that before in the past. If that is something you guys are interested in, it is an additional fee, obviously, but we can provide the karaoke equipment. We had another question. It looks like, do we offer discounts as a team? Yes. If you guys book with one of these guys here, videographer or photographer, we offer $100 off all of our packages as well.
Yeah, that's going to be true for any one of us or all of us. If you book two or more of us, you will get $100 off of each of us as a vendor. So if you book Kelly and myself, you're going to receive $200 off. If you book all three of us, you'll receive $300 off. So that's something that we're starting to honor as of this moment. That is actually an expo special that we were planning on releasing that day, but since we've started to do this, our second broadcast, since we've decided to do this now, we are going to honor that at this minute. So please give us a call. You will find our telephone number.
We got a question that just popped up too. Go
Okay,
ahead,
great.
I'm sorry.
Just shoot out the telephone number real quick. Call into Diamond Wedding Services at 563-888-1087. Again, 563-888-1087. You may get an answering machine. It's because we are always in and out of the office, but if you do, please leave us a message. We will get back to you within 24 hours, so we constantly monitor that. So I'll turn it over to Paul here real quick. I think he has another question for us.
Sure. Miss Erica Richardson says she stopped in to say hi before she has to go into work. But she wants to know real quick, how many pictures do we take average during a wedding? What we take, I think roughly, it goes anywhere between, we've done as little as 1,400 and as much as 2,000. But that also breaks down to anywhere between 300 and 500 pictures. I don't know how you guys do it, but how many pictures do you take at a wedding?
Normally between two shooters, between myself and Carol, we have 3 cameras that we're shooting continually throughout the day, so we usually end up on average with about 3,000 images. And then in turn, it's Carol's job to go in and make the initial culling or the first cut out of those images. And the client, depending on which package they get, whether it's a 6-hour, 7-hour, or 8-hour packages, will end up with anywhere from 350 to 650 images, somewhere in that neighborhood, sometimes a little bit more, if I can slide a few of my favorites back in there. Carol likes to cut out all my favorites every now and then, but I hope that answers your question. Generally speaking, 3 cameras, 2 photographers, about 3,000 total. We would let down from there. Did you have another question?
I don't have any questions right now.
Okay. Just real quick, guys, I'm sorry. Just real quick, I want you to continue to keep your comments coming, keep the questions coming. Most importantly, get your names in for the drawings that we're going to have here shortly, because we've got, let's see, 4 packages, 4 prizes to give away here. From Photography Portraits, from myself here, I am going to be giving away another bridal session worth $350. Basically, what I've done is waive the session fee of $350. And for those of you that may not be familiar, a bridal session is your own private session in studio here with us in your bridal gown. So obviously you're going to be photographed on your wedding day all day long in it, but some brides like a little bit more, with the time and expense that you've got rolled into your wedding dress. We want to make sure that you have a beautiful portrait session to have that in. So again, I'll be giving that away here toward the end of the broadcast. Kelly, I'll let you talk about yours.
Let me intercut real quick.
Sure.
Erica has another question. I want to make sure we get this answered.
Erica's full of questions. I love that.
Yeah, before she has to get into work.
Sure.
How long does it take to edit all the photos? For us, it generally takes, we say 2 weeks, but sometimes we like to do it a little bit faster. But we're talking, upwards of 1,000 photos, so it takes a little bit. But I'd say 1 to 2 weeks. How about you, Mr. Mike? I know we were watching him edit the other day. It's unbelievable how intricate he gets.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we spend time on each and every photograph that you see, so they come completely perfect. Nothing leaves here unedited, basically. But to answer the question, photographing the wedding is the easy part. It's all the editing and all the things on the back end that take the time. So if I'm editing, let's say, 650 images, I want to make sure that I get those out, like Paul said, longest 2 weeks, sometimes sooner. Sometimes we have it down to 1 week, so by the time you get back from your honeymoon, you may actually be looking at your finished photographs. Not only is that good for you, but it's actually on purpose or as a need for us, because last year, in 2015, we did exactly 30 weddings, which if you think about it, there are only 52 weeks in the year, and the remaining weeks after that 30 are winter and nobody's getting married anyway. But we are expecting this year, we are booked already for 27 weddings as of last night. And we're going into the Bridal Expo this weekend. We expect to book out between 35 and 45 weddings. So it's imperative that we get those edited and back out to you as soon as possible, because the following Saturday we've got another wedding coming up. So long story short, 1 to 2 weeks.
And one more thing before we toss it back over to Kelly. As a previous bride, Miss Kelsey
Renfro
Klein, she said she was extremely happy with the timeline and the number of photos that she received from Mike. And she said he even gave us a few of his favorites within a few days.
Yeah, that's something that we do quite often. I'll get back to the studio here and I'll start downloading cards, and it never fails. I find 1 or 2 or 5 favorites, and I'll finish those off right away and shoot them back out on Facebook as sneak peeks. So yeah, that's not uncommon. But thank you so much, Kelsey, for your vote of confidence there. It means a lot. I think it's been a couple years now, but you guys are still hanging up in the main entrance here in the entryway here of the studio. So, okay, go ahead, Kelly.
So getting back to the giveaways, we have a couple things going on right now. First of all, make sure you guys are stopping into the Bridal Expo. We are going to be giving out $100 off all packages. So you definitely want to make sure to get in on that. We are honoring that as of today, so all packages on our website, if you go there, you'll see $100 off any package. At the end of this broadcast, we're going to be giving out $100 off on top of that $100. So you'll actually receive $200 off if you are the prize winner at the end of the broadcast. Also, right now, we're just full of surprises here. We also have we're on our Facebook page. We're giving away a free wedding to the first place winner. So,
what?
I know, free wedding.
Free wedding.
A gold package.
Don't look at that. Don't look for me for that.
$1,050 value there. So you guys definitely want to get entered in on that. So if you go to our Twisted Mike's Facebook page, you'll also see a link from the Diamond Wedding Services Facebook page. If you go on there, like the Twisted Mike's page and the Diamond Wedding Services page, share our post, you'll be entered in to win that free wedding there. Like I said, that's $1,050 value. We are also giving to the second place winner for that 10 free uplights. And again, so at the end of this broadcast, make sure you guys are staying tuned. We are giving out $100 off any package. That's valid with any other offers that we have going as of right now as well. So.
Okay.
Paul?
Yes. We also have a few more questions I want to get on real quick.
Excellent.
Miss Carissa says, do you guys work from your own shot list, or are we able to provide you with our own list? I'll go first, then I'll toss it over to you,
Sure,
and then
sure.
we'll get to our next question. We have a very, 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 very extensive shot list that we've put together over the years. We started with, just a basic one, and then every single wedding we add something to it. And what we do when we sign a contract is we'll provide this to the client, and they will put a check mark next to all the ones they really, really like and they really want. And we'll do our best to get all the other ones, but we'll make sure that we get the ones that the client wants. We make that's primary for us. Other than that, we are always open for other suggestions and shots. So if there's anything else that you would like or something that you've seen that you want to make yours, by all means, we'll incorporate it for you. How about you, Mr. Mike?
Yeah, we kind of take, we also keep that in mind. If there are certain things that you want, for instance, mementos or things that really mean a lot to you and your family, obviously we want you to let us know about those. We make sure that they're photographed. But as far as a shot list for the entire day, we really don't find that necessary because, after doing 30 weddings a year, we are accustomed, and I don't want to make this sound like yours is the same as everybody else's because it's not, but we will get those shots that you're looking for. But in the meantime, also, we will be looking literally continually for the special moments on the day too. So if there's, maybe grandma leans over and gives a grandchild a kiss or something like that, or, dad finally begins to cry toward the end of the evening, during the father-daughter dance, things like that. We are constantly looking out for those moments. Our heads are on a swivel, continually looking for those. Another thing that I want to just bring up briefly is me personally as a photographer here. I don't really do what might be considered the Pinterest photos. I know brides get really excited when they first get engaged, and the first thing they do is go on Pinterest and start collecting 30 images from different photographers, 30 different weddings, 30 different times. What you need to realize is those photographs that you're looking at may actually be set up the day before. They're, again, from 30 different weddings, 30 different photographers, and I would rather, personally, be more worried about capturing moments that are happening behind me rather than looking at my phone and trying to paint by number. But most importantly, you are not going to be hanging up photographs from, your formals and things like that. What you'll be doing is, what we do is actually try to get you outdoors at the venue, create beautiful artwork with you with special lighting and special colored lighting, because that's what we want to hang up for you, as well as capturing those moments. Again, I don't want to be preoccupied thinking about 30 images in my mind, so that's kind of our approach for it. Okay?
We also have a few more questions.
Excellent.
Next,
Questions are great, guys. Keep them coming.
These next two are right for Mr. Kelly.
Okay.
Hey, Twisted Mikes, we already have you booked. We're super excited. When do we tell you what package we want? I believe you said that you do mini diamond packages, if I remember correctly?
Yep.
Oh, you only do so many diamond packages. They typed it right. I just can't read.
Yeah, guys, so we have limited availability on some of our higher end packages. Our smaller packages, not a problem. We have, one DJ, between the silver and the gold package, 6 to 12 uplights. With the diamond and the platinum package, we have TVs, we have extra subwoofers, we have moving headlights, stuff like that, that come in those packages. So we want to make sure that we have those packages available for you guys. So make sure, if you guys haven't chosen a package yet, make sure to choose that package and get that in, so we make sure to have that equipment available. I also had another question from Abby, asking about our second place giveaway. She's asking, do we need to book with you to win those 10 free uplights on our Facebook giveaway? You do not have to book with us to win those uplights. Like I said, our first place, you're going to win a free DJ, value of $1,050. And second place will win 10 free uplights. If you have another DJ company, not a problem. You'll receive 10 free uplights on your wedding day. So as far as did you say you had another question?
I do. I sure do.
Yeah.
To Mr. Kelly from Nicole Larson.
Yes.
What are some songs that you would suggest for the dollar dance?
For dollar dances, I find a lot of times with dollar dances, slower country songs work best. Now, not everybody is a huge country fan, But anytime you guys have any questions regarding music, let me know. We can come into the office. We can. I have a whole playlist set up of specific songs we can listen to, different genres, and we can just go that way. I know Kenny Chesney has some great songs. Brooks and Dunn. There's so many different choices we can go with. As far as country, even more pop music. We have a lot of different options. But I always suggest just kind of coming into the office here and sitting down and listening to some suggestions. That way we can kind of weave them out right away. We can kind of listen to a song within the first 10 seconds. You can say, nope, not that song, or yeah, I like this song. Cool. We kind of go with this song. We can kind of find songs that kind of work off of that. So just come on in here, and we can kind of go from there. Congratulations, by the way, on winning last week on the 10 free uplights giveaway on our podcast. So.
And that just brings me really quick, just to kind of reset here real quick. We are Diamond Wedding Services. We are located in the Alpine Office Center. If you guys are familiar with the WLLR radio station on East Kimberly here, we are somewhere in between Red Lobster and Hobby Lobby. But the Alpine Office Center, we are in the north building in Suite 205. That's directly upstairs from the entrance. The telephone number is 563-888-1087. Give us a call, set up an appointment with one of us. Like I said, if we don't answer, it's because we are in and out of here continually. So please let us know. Another thing that we want to reiterate from last week is the fact that even though you don't have to book all of us at the same time, which we've already touched on briefly, we want to let you know that if in fact we are available, 2 or more of us, there is a reason for picking several of us or a couple of us that helps you out immensely. We communicate with each other constantly. We're in the same offices all day long, back and forth. We've worked several weddings with each other, so we know what the other is going to do. We know what to expect from one another, and we all know not to move forward with the next thing on a timeline, for instance, if the other's not ready. So I don't want somebody calling over for the cake cutting when I'm on the other side of the venue, of course. So I don't want to miss any opportunities for you. So the communication between us is huge. We have 2-way radios for each one of us, so we are in constant communication with each other. And again, this may not be possible if we're not all available for the same wedding date, but in a lot of cases we are. So again, that may be an advantage for you to do that. So we just want to reiterate that for you.
Okay.
Paul, did you have something?
Yeah, I do know. I wanted to note on 2 things. Looks like we got a few questions here, and then I'm going to touch on a few more giveaways that just came down the pipe. Looks like we're giving away the house tonight. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
these last 2 though. It looks
did I mention we have 2 more of these codes to give away?
Yeah, I might want to just keep one of these and say we only have 1 more giveaway. This looks pretty good. So let me get to a question first. Is there a song request that you do not have on hand? How hard is it to get it? Is that something that you do from Miss Erica Richards?
That's a great question.
Yep. So what we do is when we plan your wedding, we want to make sure that we're getting a request list from you prior to the reception. Obviously, it's hard to think of all the songs, so you might get into a different mood throughout the night. You want to make sure that if you do have any songs, you can let us know that night of. If the venue has Wi-Fi, real easy. We can just download the song right on the spot. We do legally have to purchase all of our music, so as long as we have Wi-Fi, we'll purchase that song right out there on the spot. If we do not have Wi-Fi, most of my DJs all have a hotspot on their phone, so we will actually have Wi-Fi readily available on location, regardless of the venue. If it is one of those venues that does not have Wi-Fi, it might take a little bit more time to get that song, but it will be played sometime throughout the night. I do have another question from Abby, and this is kind of along the same lines. She says she's having a vintage style wedding. She's wondering if we have done any vintage style weddings and have songs from the 30s to the 50s. Great question. I actually have one specific DJ. His name is Mark, one of my top DJs. He actually specializes in a couple different genres. Country. He also does the vintage style music. So your 30s, 50s stuff that I'm not really familiar with. But he has a whole collection of songs for that. We also have DJs for a lot of other events. The EDM song, stuff like that.
What's EDM?
electronic dance music.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought it was Egyptian dance music. Hey, I don't know. That's what I've heard. I didn't know though.
I do get on the dance floor occasionally, but not so much anymore since the last wedding. I kind of had a little mishap. I got my whip mixed up with my nene.
Oh no!
Next thing I was on the floor.
It happens all the time. Yeah.
It happens all
So
the
it's
time.
not just me.
Yeah, it's not
No.
just you.
Okay,
No.
good.
Painful.
The whip and the nene, they get mixed up all the time.
That's all I know.
Yeah, that's all you
And
know.
then Nene, you just kind of waved everybody back up.
Yeah, I think that's when I fell down. I got my
Yeah,
nene.
yeah,
you
you
did.
yeah.
But yeah, we have different DJs, catered to what you guys are looking for. Anytime, we get certain requests like that, we'll let you know right away if we can do that. And once we get the kind of itinerary built, we kind of find out what kind of style of music you guys are looking for. That's when we'll assign the DJ to kind of cater your guys' needs. So.
Okay. Another thing I want to let you guys know just really quickly here is not only are we doing this prior to the expo, that is a big reason that why we started this, but we want to let you know that we're going to continue to do this weekly. If it's okay with Paul, he's the one with all the gear here, but
I reckon.
but we want to let you guys know that this is going to be ongoing weekly, so please subscribe on the channel here, on the YouTube channel. Go and like our pages, both the DWS page, the Diamond Wedding Services pages, as well as our pages individually. That's Photography Portraits, the Twisted Mics, Music Entertainment, and Mind Print Productions. So we want to talk a little bit more. Do you have another question here really quickly? Or you were going to talk about the other giveaways?
I have 2 questions ready,
Okay.
but then we also have a few other giveaways. Melissa and Michelle and Carissa, I'll get right to you. But we do actually have a few businesses that are local that would like to give us a few things to give away during our broadcast today. This literally just came in right now.
Sweet.
Family Chiropractic in East Moline, Illinois. Is it East Moline?
East Moline.
East Moline?
640 15th Avenue.
640 15th Avenue. It looks like they want to give our viewers a free half-hour massage and acupuncture. And then they're also...
That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
keep.
no.
That's the one I wanted to keep. I could go for a massage. And then they're also going to do a free consultation and adjustment. So they're giving away 2 prizes tonight. So thank you, Family Chiropractic out of East Moline. And looks like we also have Ramsey Enterprise. They are also going to be doing 20% off a labor or your next labor or construction project. It says here they do a lot of electrical work, construction, tree removal, a bunch of stuff like that. So get a hold of them if you win, and get a hold of Family Chiropractic. Actually, no, Family Chiropractic backed out. Looks like that one's not.
Oh, it's no
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah, that one's gone.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, how do you? What's 30? 10 minutes apiece.
Yeah, same as a piece. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I got a couple of questions that just came in.
Go ahead.
This one wants to know: does Mike do payment plans?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. The initial deposit will depend on which package you get. We have a 6-hour, a 7-hour, and an 8-hour package. So those deposits will be due at the time of signing, at the time of booking. That is actually, along with signing the contract, will be what actually books your date. But once we decide what package you want and any additional a la carte items you want to add to that, I will create an invoice for you and email that out to you. And on that email, on the invoice itself, it will have a little button that you can click on that says Pay Now. So you click that button, you change the monetary amount to whatever you want to pay. It doesn't matter to me if it's $10 or $1,000. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that I require is that everything is paid in full 2 weeks prior to the wedding, and you'll see that due date on the invoice as well. And I believe Kelly does the same thing.
Yep. Ours is exactly the same way. We require a $200 deposit. We're actually running a special this week leading up to the Bridal Expo. $100 deposits this week through the Expo. And then the remaining balance is due 10 days prior to the wedding. So if you guys want to make payments before the due date, obviously, yeah, you guys can come on in, make payments. Otherwise, I can also email you an invoice. You can make payments online as well. So
Okay, cool. Do you offer something like that, Paul?
Absolutely. We always work with the client. We know how things go. I mean, we're all people here. So if there's anything that you have going on, bring it to our attention. We can work with you. We can make things work. We really don't have any rules or standards for these type of things, but we roll with the punches. It doesn't matter. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
But getting back to a bunch of questions, I think we should kind of like start auto-firing some of these questions.
Keep
We're about
going.
I got,
5.
I got
going.
another question here as
Okay,
well.
good. We're about 5 backed up. I want to get to a few of these.
Thank you so much for your involvement, guys. This keeps this
Yes.
show going. Otherwise, I'd have to look at El Guapo over here and Big Country over here. It's just,
Yeah,
so you guys keep me from talking. That's all the better.
Miss Michelle said, "Looking foxy tonight." Paul Martin, or she said fellas.
Oh,
Fellas, I was assuming.
yeah, you were reading a little too far.
Who's that, Michelle
Yeah,
Manfrey?
What's that?
Was it
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle,
Oh,
Absolutely.
by the way,
Yes.
Michelle Manfrey of Live Love Flowers. Look her up right now on Facebook. She is the beautiful woman that actually not only is our model, in-house model here, but she is also our florist. So the displays that you see here, the arrangements that you see here, are actually provided by Live Love Flowers. We love you, Michelle. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, get a good zoom in on one of those so you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
actually see how good it is.
We know that about 72% of you from last week were actually female. Imagine that. So we wanted to make sure that we actually catered to your needs a little bit and try to liven the place up a little bit besides our ugly faces. Ugly besides Paul, that is.
Thank you. I've
So-
been practicing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey,
Get your
no
questions
worries.
in.
Okay, so let's get these questions going. How many songs do you suggest for dollar dances? Let's keep it short and sweet too, because we're backed up on questions.
Yeah, so dollar dances, kind of keeping it short and sweet again. We don't want to drag it on too long. Usually 3 to 4 questions works
Okay, I saw that.
pretty good. What are you guys doing over here?
I was
Nothing.
practicing my whipping name.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
practicing his whip, and I was like, what is he doing?
I almost got whipped with his name.
You're getting your whiplash moving that fast, buddy.
I'm gonna break a hip.
But yeah, 3 to 4 songs usually. When we have larger weddings, we've done weddings of 950 people. I know it's insane, but
Wow.
when we do dollar dances like that, sometimes we'll play 5 or 6 songs. But we try to really keep it moving, and really one of the best ways to do that is I talk to the maid of honor and the best man, the one that are controlling how long these dances are lasting. 15, 20, 30 seconds is plenty of time. So I've had a couple groups go out there and they think that they dance for the entire song. You start getting a line.
Well, if they got
built
enough
up.
money, they can buy the
Yeah,
entire
exactly.
song.
Yeah, hey, Grandpa wants to throw in $100 bill. That's fine. We'd dance for the whole song, Grandpa. 25, 30 seconds is plenty of time for a dollar dance, and then you rotate on to the next person, and we can usually get it done in about 3 to 4 songs there. I had a question here coming through the text messages. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys are interactive. You can text them. You can also right there on the comments on the YouTube box there. How do you sign up for the extra $100 off the giving away at the end of the broadcast here? You guys can, I guess Mike and...
Yeah, you can either leave it in the comments, again, on the YouTube channel. You can type your name in, and again, we want to make sure that you are local to the Quad City metro area. Type in your name, and then immediately after your name, type in DWS giveaway. So again, your name, your first name, your last name, and DWS giveaway. Thank you for all the comments, and keep those coming, guys, because we will be giving those away toward the end of the broadcast here.
All right, I'm going to go on to another question here. Is there a song request that you do not have on hand? Oh, we already did that one. Looks
Hang
like
on a
I
second.
missed
One more
the
thing
one.
here, guys. One more thing. I mentioned the comment box on YouTube. You can also text your entry to the number that you see on the screen right now. That's going to go right to Kelly's phone.
Yep.
So we will get together here and make sure we have all the entries together. I know last week there was some confusion about finding that text box within YouTube. So we wanted to provide you another avenue to actually enter this week so nobody gets left behind. So again, if you're not able to find that on the YouTube channel where the comments should go, make sure to text that number that you see on the screen. It'll come right to Kelly's phone and we'll get everybody entered.
If I see Abby already
Okay.
already
Thank you.
entered through
I'm
text
sorry, Paul.
message.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
make sure we tell them back there
We'll
so they
get
can get it going.
we'll get that in there.
2 questions here for all of you.
Okay.
What is your attire for weddings? How many breaks would you guys be taking, if any? I like that question a lot. I really do.
So do I.
I'll start with that one, and then we'll just go right down the line. We dress in, nice, dress pants and generally black shirts with our logo on it. The reason why we do this is because we don't want to be an eyesore. We're obviously going to be running around, and we don't want somebody with a bright pink shirt, obviously, taking all the distraction from the wedding, or being an eyesore in one of our shots. Heaven forbid it happens. But that's one thing. And breaks, I laugh at the word breaks. I don't think, and I can speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure that I'm speaking for all of us.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a break at a wedding. The closest thing we get to a break is when we sit down and we have something to eat, a quick nibble. What is that? Right around our 8th hour mark, we'll probably get a little quick bite to eat.
Yeah.
But even then, we're still restless. I mean, if something's going on, if grandmother comes over and she's kissing the bride, and the bride starts crying, the first thing we do is we drop our food and we get over there and we capture the moment. So, no really breaks, dark clothing.
Yeah. It'll be the same for us as well. Between myself and Carol, we're both going to be dressed all in black. And that's done purposely, obviously. We don't want to draw attention away from those moments or get in the way or have your guests distracted during the ceremony in any way possible. So in the most cases, it's been pretty common for our clients to come back and literally tell us or be surprised toward the end of the night that we're still there because they haven't seen us. The only time that you're really going to notice myself and Carol or whoever my assistant is that day, the only time you're really going to notice us is during the formal photos where we're literally directly in front of you. As far as breaks go, I think Paul kind of hit that right on the head. There's no such thing as a break except for when we do sit down for a bite to eat. Things happen just lightning quick throughout the entire day of a wedding. And remember, you're going to be with your photographers. No offense to these guys, but your photographers are going to be with you more than anybody else at your wedding. And that includes your parents, grandparents, all of your guests, maids of honor, whatever it may be. The photographers are going to be with you longer than anyone. So we are literally right by your side for most of the day. Obviously, and until we go off into the perimeter and kind of hide in the shadows to get those moments for you. The big thing is again, we want to be hidden in the shadows because, like Kelsey Renfro, if she knows that there's a camera in front of her, I'm going to call Kelsey out again. So if you know that there's a camera right in front of you, the first thing you're going to do is grab your partner and give that big cheesy grin smile. We don't want that unless I do it purposely for Kelsey Renfro. But that's not what we want. We want the actual genuine moments that are coming through because those are the pictures that you're going to love and always cherish for the rest of your lives. So that's what we do. We're going to be all in black and highly unnoticeable for the most part. But and again, breaks are just they don't exist. They don't.
Not one bit.
Obviously, if the DJ took a break, we just stopped playing music, it would be very awkward. So we don't take any breaks at all. As of bands and stuff like that, they'll play a jam session for 30, 40 minutes, and kind of brings up a good point as well. We work a lot with bands for that exact reason because they will take a break. So they obviously need some filler music. Sometimes bands won't play the entire night. The band will play for a set amount of time, and then the DJ will take over at the end of the night and continue with all the drunken madness.
Leave me out of it.
Mike.
No, I don't drink on a wedding.
No. As far as attire goes, you can find that on our website. You'll see what we generally will wear. On our contract, we actually have a portion for attire, so you can actually request what we wear. We've wore kilts to weddings before. We wore Halloween costumes. I know, you should have photographed that.
Where was I?
You probably had a different wedding. But yeah, we will dress the part. We really just want to fit right in with you guys. If your guests show up and they see your DJ is wearing a kilt just like everybody else, they're gonna have a ball. They're gonna think that's hilarious. And they were gonna just have so much fun with that. Generally, what we will normally wear: black slacks, black dress shoes, white T-shirt, vest, and a tie. If you guys require us to wear something different, obviously we will. If we do a lot of country weddings where we'll wear jeans and a black polo. Maybe even a jacket, something like this, jeans and boots. We definitely don't want to overdress anybody. That's our biggest concern. We've done a lot of, some more casual weddings, so we definitely would be overdressed, wearing our general normal attire. So.
All right,
guys. Again, thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the questions. We see we have quite a few of you in the room here. We really appreciate this. We want you to continue to come back. So as the days go by here, your wedding gets closer, please do not hesitate to write those questions down that you might want to ask the following week. We'll turn it over to Paul. I know he's got a few more questions here. We want to make sure we get everything covered for you guys. So.
Absolutely. That's the most important part. That's the reason why we're here and why we're doing this, is to answer all your questions, especially being at that Bridal Expo. It is nuts.
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult to talk at the Bridal
Yes,
Expo than it is here. So.
It is. So this is a very good way for us to spend some time to get your questions answered. Miss Nicole Larson, stemming off Carissa's question, when do you guys like to grab a bite to eat? I want to make sure to feed you guys. I don't want anyone falling over.
Yeah.
We like that question. We really do. And to be honest with you, Mike and I have actually talked about this question a few times, and I think he answers it best. So I'm going to let you take over that one.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you so much for offering to feed us. That's we will be there on those 8 or 9 hours generally before dinner time even arrives. And a lot of times, we might have had time to grab breakfast that morning. We do try to keep a couple of snacks in our bags and things like that, but again, thank you. So we generally will eat, and don't take this the wrong way, we will generally eat right with the bridal party. Now, keep in mind, we're going to let, your parents and, both sides of the family go first, but we like to do that for a reason. It's not just because I'm fat and hungry. Okay?
He's also fat and
Well,
hungry.
I am also fat.
Yeah. Don't sell yourself too short.
I'm not selling myself too slim. But yeah, there is a reason for it, because we want to be able to finish when you finish, for the simple fact that we can either take you outdoors for that art that we want to create for you, and we want to be able to get that done while your guests are still being served, or maybe having dessert or having coffee. Because we literally will only have you away for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and by the time we get you back in, nobody's really realized that you're gone. Besides that, if we got served late toward the end of the serving line, and you are done with your meal and you move on to the toasts, you move on to the cake cutting, you move on to the first dance, heaven forbid, and we're sitting at a table with food in our mouths, we're obviously going to miss photo ops, and we do not want that to happen. So again, that's a fantastic question. I'm glad you've asked it, but also make sure to let other people know, especially your immediate family, the extended family, that is what happens, and the whys and wherefores that it does happen. It's not out of disrespect to anyone. It's basically just to make sure that we can cover you and all the photographs we want to capture on your wedding day.
And I'm going to push this right back over to Mike, because obviously nobody knows some of these questions better than him. What is the recommended levels of makeup for good photos?
During your wedding day is a little bit different than if we do a portrait session. In other words, maybe the bridal session that you might win here toward the end of the broadcast. But generally speaking, whoever is going to apply your makeup, and if you need suggestions for that, we also have at least 2 or 3 people here that we know of within the studio that can help you with that. But generally speaking, however your makeup is done for your wedding day will be perfectly fine. And again, aside from that, as I've mentioned before, I am going to go through each and every single photograph that's going to be delivered to you. So heaven forbid you have a zit on the end of your nose that day. On your wedding day, I know you're going to be self-conscious about it, but I don't want you to worry about it, because it will never show up on your photographs. Your photographs will come to you perfectly edited, and the blemish removal, all of that's included in the cost of the packages that I provide. So again, just to quickly touch base on this, guys, it's not just the 3 of us here. Obviously, you can book all of us under the same roof, but if you need flowers, if you need hair and makeup, if you need, for instance, Logo Pro, our sponsor here, if you need a line on the invitations, the napkins, all of the paper products, the custom apparel that you might wear for, the bachelorette party or for earlier in the day on your wedding day, you can go to Logo Pro for all of that stuff. They are a fantastic sponsor for us. They've jumped on board with no hesitation. The other big great thing about Logo Pro is if you come in to meet with all 3 of us or any one of us, Logo Pro is right across the parking lot. Literally right outside the door, 20 steps to the other building, and they are right there for you. You can also go to their website. It's logoproqc.com. You can go there and already start browsing through, just do a search for whatever it is you're looking for, wedding invitations, type it in, and it'll bring back their selection there. So they make it really, really easy to start shopping before you actually come back in. Did I answer the question?
You did
Okay.
answer the question. We have another one. Miss Brianna says, awesome you guys are doing this. Planning a wedding is very stressful, and there is always questions to be answered. Definitely telling friends about this. DWS giveaway. That wasn't a question, but we appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think
okay.
she's trying to say that she wants to get entered in for DWS.
Oh yeah, you're in. You've been in. Is she in?
Who?
Brianna
Well, this is Trisha here.
and Trisha. Yeah,
they're both in.
and David Wilson. We
Okay,
got
so
a lot
you're
of people
seeing
in
those.
today.
You're seeing
Yeah.
those entries. Okay,
He's
so
taking-
Trish is the only one who hasn't all the way in yet, but I'm in the process of doing that.
All
Okay,
right, yeah.
excellent.
He doesn't miss you guys, I'll tell you that. All right, tell us about the most interesting thing you've seen at a wedding ceremony or reception. We did something like this last time. We had a viewer ask
I'm sure you
us.
have more stories.
Yeah. Well, my answer has now changed since your story because I was at the wedding with you when the photographer was backing up to get that perfect shot.
Excuse me.
And he backed up and kind of fell over a box. And the bride stopped right in the middle of her wedding without a second to spare and said, "Take a seat, Mike." And it was perfect. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
The entire congregation was in an uproar and laughter, and it was at my expense, and I enjoyed that very much. Thanks for bringing that up again.
Yeah, sorry. And another thing I like, it was really neat, is the fireworks show that we had at the last wedding we did.
Oh yeah.
That was really, really, really
At Modern
neat.
Woodman Park.
And we were blessed to have good weather because it was supposed to be cold,
Yeah.
and it was nice. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of fireworks weddings, but they're cool when they happen.
Is it hard to get those firework pictures for you?
Not if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I know.
I'll teach you.
I mean, I know.
I'll show you. I'll show you how to do it. And actually, to bring that up, Haley just let me know that one of those fireworks pictures from the park down there was actually her choice for her canvas that she got with her package. So thank you, Haley, if you're watching. Interesting story of mine. One comes to mind that's been very unique is the fact that during a lot of ceremonies, you'll have the lighting of the candles, of course, the unity candle, or you may have the sand ceremony and things like that. But there was one wedding in particular, I believe it's actually probably 2 years ago now, but this was a country-style wedding at a barn, and instead of the two that I mentioned previously, what they did was actually the groom made a bullseye, a target that they put on a hay bale, and he in turn got her interested in archery. So they each brought out their bows, and amazingly enough, they both hit the bullseye during this part of the ceremony. It was really, really cool. Really different. I sent my second shooter, Nick, a little closer to the target because I was scared, so I kind of hung back with a long lens. But it was really cool. It was really unique, and I'd never seen anything like that before in the 10 years of doing this. So that would be my moment.
Man, I have a lot of moments. Every moment.
You've got a lot of moments.
A lot of great moments. Most of the time, I DJ weddings with Mike. He always cries at every wedding.
Oh,
Here we go
Here we go.
Get the Kleenex.
Yes. Every time I see Mike cry, that's always one of my favorite moments. I like to, I have a Snapchat for Twisted Mike's. I'll Snapchat the Kleenexes and stuff. It's every wedding he cries. He gets very emotional. So those are definitely some of my favorite moments.
I am an emotional guy, and for those of you brides that may not have seen my style of photography, it's very, very emotional with some unique lighting, some artistic lighting, and you've got to keep in mind that when as a bride, when you and your mother are alone in the room, there's one more person in there, and that's me. So the things that I've gotten to hear, the things that I've gotten to see can really, really be heart-wrenching and get to you. There are things that I'm not at will to talk about, but the brides and grooms trust me and to be in that situation, and I just absolutely love it.
We don't have enough Kleenex in the
I'm a
office
glutton for
you to talk
punishment.
about all these things.
And I will try to coerce it out of you as well, as some of you on here who are existing clients already know. You may try not to cry, but I'm going to try to get it out of you because I want you to remember.
You will.
I want you to remember what you were feeling at that particular moment 20 years from now when you're looking at your album. So yeah, it is done purposely as well, but I can't help myself. Just, I get it from my mom. I'm very emotional. Stupid commercials make me cry sometimes.
I have a couple questions coming in.
Sure, go ahead.
One wants to know, when do they come in and figure out their wedding song playlist? That's a great question. I usually mention this in all of our meetings upon booking. I will not bother you up until your wedding day or leading up to your wedding day a ton of times. Hey, send you a bunch of junk email or anything. Usually about 3 to 4 weeks out, I'm going to send you an email asking you for several things. First of all, confirming your package, confirming your date. Make sure we're still all on the same page there. Make sure you didn't change the date and forget to tell the DJ for any reason. We're going to confirm that we are or are not doing your ceremony. And from there, I'm going to ask you uplighting color. I'm going to ask you for your itinerary. That's your music portion of everything. And at the end of that email, I will ask you. I will try to set up a time to meet with us. Generally, if we are DJing your wedding and we have Mike or Paul involved with the wedding as well, we'll try to coordinate and have a meeting all together. I'll pull you usually aside myself to talk about music, and then we'll usually build a timeline together. So that's that. Michelle Manfrey just wanted to say hello.
Hi, Michelle.
And she said that she is throwing in $100 off any new bookings with her.
What?
So, I know. Look at that.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah, if you guys need any flowers, contact us. Let us know, and we will make sure to get you hooked up with Live Love Flowers.
Yeah, you can look her up on Facebook as well. It's Live Love Flowers, Michelle Mampre, Mampre. Thank you, Michelle, for doing that. That's awesome. That was totally unexpected. It came across Kelly's text messages here. So, real
We're
quick, we
getting all
wanted
kinds of giveaways.
You guys are backing up on questions on your comments.
Yes, we are. I'm getting ready to get right
You
to
got
them.
about 6 of them.
We got a lot of stuff to talk
Go
about.
ahead.
Yes, we're gonna have to start auto firing again.
We can go a little
guys.
bit longer. That's fine too. We
Yes.
want to make sure that this is why we do it. Like Paul said earlier, we want to make sure to get your questions answered. We know that during the Bridal Expo this coming this coming Saturday, I believe it starts at about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Do you remember?
Yeah, I believe.
That is one of your questions. Somebody's been told 3 different dates for the expo and wants you to confirm.
It's 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. and
Thank
it's
you.
Saturday, January 30th.
Do you know
Yeah.
what booth you're in?
This Saturday, we are in booth 228 in the Mississippi Hall. That is the north building. Don't forget there are 2 buildings with vendors on both sides. We are in the north building and booth 228. We're actually going to have a double booth. Kelly here has been working out. He's kind of the technical guy here, obviously, but he's actually worked out a schematic. We're going to have 2 flat screens.
Yep, we're gonna have 2 50-inch TVs displaying lots of pictures and our specials and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. If you go on to the Diamond Wedding Services Facebook page, you'll actually see a map and you'll see all the vendors that are gonna be located in that building. Along with our booth number. So
Yeah, and I think Paul is actually working up a slideshow for that as well as some video input
Oh yeah,
and things
I'm
like
gonna
that.
have some real nice things to show you guys.
It's going to be
what,
amazing, guys. You're not going to want to miss. Well, first of all, I guarantee you when you walk in the room, it's going to be hard to miss us because I think Kelly's going to have lights and sirens and
oh yeah,
dancing girls.
we had this set up. We actually had a similar setup this past weekend at the Rod and Custom Show. And we use our full trusting system with the TVs and everything. And a lot of people had commented to me and said that was the first thing they noticed when they walked in. This trusting system was set up in the back of the hall. So I don't know. They said this was one of the first things they noticed when they walked in. So it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we won't be hard to find once
It'll
you
be
get
tall and loud.
So
and
again, the
cool.
Mississippi Hall, north end or north side of the street, booth 228. You'll see us when you walk in, I'm sure. So Paul, please continue with the
Absolutely,
questions.
I'll get right going down the list. This next question, I really like this question. Is there any venues you would not suggest? Oh, not that one. I got scrolled down by the next question. What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to wedding? Either guest behavior or venue quirks. I can't read today, can I? I need some hooked on phonics. They still make that? I don't know. I need some help.
Remind me not to ask you to speak Spanish.
Yeah,
You want me to
hola.
read them for you again? No.
Yeah, jeez. Biggest pet peeve. See, I don't really have too many pet peeves for me, just because the last thing I need to do is let many things get to me when I have an objective in mind, and the objective obviously is it's in my slogan. Make your wedding day unforgettable. So I do everything I can to not let things get to me at all. But one thing I do not like, and it could be controversial, is when we do some Catholic weddings. They have a lot of places in the church we can't go. Mm-hmm. And Mike, as my witness and somebody that can understand this, we like to go in the craziest places and get the craziest shots, whether it's under a pew and shoot through or behind grandma or something along the lines of that. And when you are limited to a flat shot, it really takes a lot of that artistic value of what a photographer can do for you. So to be honest with you, that's the only thing that I would say bothers me, or a venue quirk that gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
But it's understandable.
Yeah, we know sometimes that's inevitable, but as long as you understand as the couple that we may have our hands tied when it comes to that, that's the biggest thing we want you to understand. But I think the biggest quirk for me or biggest annoyance for me is when Carol doesn't put the gear back exactly where it should go. Carol was with me on every wedding, but yeah.
Did you say Mike is number one, or where was that finger? I don't know.
She said,
kidding.
yeah, she said
Yeah,
number
you're
one.
number one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
But aside from that, there really isn't a whole lot of things. And we can all attest to this, especially the photographers here. But we're always going to have people over our shoulders after and taking iPhone photos and things like that. And I generally don't get upset about that. But as long as nobody gets in the way, we're really, really cordial with everybody. It really doesn't matter. So, aside from that, I'm just very anal retentive when it comes to the gear, and it needs to go back because obviously on your wedding day, I don't want to reach for something and have it not there. But that's really got nothing to do with the venues or with the guests or anything like that. So,
I don't really have too many pet peeves, I guess. The biggest one, I guess, would be, people setting up specific playlists for us to play. Obviously, it really takes a lot of our creativity out of it and really limits us on what we can do. Sometimes people will say, we need to play this song and this song and this song, or they'll have a bride come up and say, well, I'm the bride, we got to play this song next. Sometimes we will transition into certain sonwant otherwise, sometimes it can kill a dance floor right away, and that's something we definitely do not want to do, because then we'll get blamed for that later as well. So we want to make sure that we have a full dance floor. Aside from that, I guess we have some other questions.
yeah, just really quickly, guys, we want to just jump out really quickly to let you know or invite you to visit our pages individually, our websites. Kelly's is twistedmics.com. You'll see a lot of the questions there reiterated for you. Mine is photographyportraits.com. You can see a lot of the work that I've talked about there. And we've got mindprintproductions.com as well. So please go visit those websites individually for each one of our companies. Which brings me to the next point. The Diamond Wedding Services website will be completely functional by tomorrow evening. So you'll be able to go there. That address is diamondweddingservices.net. Now we want to reiterate that and emphasize that it's diamondweddingservices.net, not .com. So I don't want you to get confused there and end up on somebody else's website.
So that will answer Abby's question.
Okay.
She was saying that she Googled us and didn't see website yet. That's because it is not live yet.
Yeah,
So.
we've got a few more things that we need to cover to be able to finish that. So thank you for asking that.
And there's one thing I do want to say that I think we all would agree on. We intended for this broadcast to last an hour, and right now we're right about that time. So if there's anybody in here that's been put in the drawing and you have to go, by all means, go ahead and go, and we will contact you, or we'll put the winners on the comments list. You do not have to be present. You guys agree to win this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to continue the broadcast longer, so we can get all these questions answered. I mean, we're so close to the Bridal Expo.
Yeah, we want to make sure.
We got to make sure
So
everybody's
go ahead
good.
and ask away.
All right. Is there any venues you would not suggest due to lighting or acoustics and etc.? We had this question asked last time, and I have my says in this, but I will once again put this to the lighting master.
Yeah, you want to be careful with that. Not so much the venue, but you want to interview your photographer. And I'm not trying to pat myself on my back or anything like that, but you want to make sure that, for instance, last week the same question was answered of us, and it was, he came up with the Blackhawk State Park, which is, what's the name of the venue?
A Watchtower Lodge.
The Watchtower Lodge. It's notoriously dark in the reception hall. So if you get a photographer that's not familiar with it or never photographed there before, or basically just simply doesn't know how to light or accommodate for the lack of light in the room, you will have problems. So that's one of the things that, and again, I'm not trying to get you to hire me. I want you to interview your photographer and ask about those particular situations. Do they have the gear to handle it? Do they have the knowledge of lighting to be able to handle that situation? During a wedding day, lighting changes continually throughout the entire day. You're outside one moment, you're in a dark room another moment, you're in the venue. It's varying, and literally I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm making adjustments on the camera as I'm walking in a lot of cases. So between that and the lighting, again, I cannot stress enough, I don't care if it's me or not, interview your photographer, make sure you know fully their capabilities of what they can handle. So that's the best advice I could give to you.
Sure. And then for video, a lot of video cameras are they don't work very well with low lighting situations. So we like to have places that are a little bit more lit. But do not get me wrong, technology is surging forward, and they've came out with a few cameras lately that are just, they're essentially night vision. And we will eventually convert to those, but they don't offer as many things as the cameras we use. So as those get a little bit better, we'll switch to those. But don't be alarmed. No matter what venue we choose or you choose, we always bring an adequate amount of lighting. We'll never put ourselves in a position where we can't give you the best possible product.
Okay. So one more time here, guys, I want you to get your entries in, whether it's texting Kelly's phone here. Randy will throw up the number for us here to text that directly to Kelly. We want your first name, last name, and after your name, we want you to type in DWS giveaway so that we can single you out from the rest of the crowd here. Keep the comments coming. Do you have more questions?
Well, there was one second part to that question that I wanted to get for acoustics for you.
Okay.
Is there certain venues you get too much?
One of my favorite venues for acoustics-wise would be the Waterfront Conventional Center. Very, very large room, but they actually did a lot of investing on that aspect of things, and they have actually sound pillows built into their walls. The acoustics in that room are wonderful. I can set the volume at a certain level, and it'll sound pretty much the same whether you're 10 feet in front of my speakers or 50 feet in the back corner. It is amazing the way that room is actually designed. There's actually a lot of great venues here in the Quad Cities, and I would advise you guys do your research. And if you guys are stuck or really looking for suggestions, contact us. My company does about 180 weddings a year, so we have been to all of these venues multiple times generally, and we can kind of give you our input. Maybe narrow it down. If you find 3 or 4 venues that you like, and we can kind of give you our input on those. But I'm telling you, at least as far as our 3 services go, for 2016, it is booking up crazily fast. So I would make sure, if you haven't chosen your venue yet for 16, I would definitely recommend getting on that right away, especially before this Bridal Expo, because I know things are going to be booking up like crazy. So.
Yeah, we will book out fast, that's for sure. As I've mentioned, I'm already 27 weddings deep, and it's just myself and Carol, so we can't do 2 weddings on a wedding day. So we want to make sure that we get you in if at all possible. Really quickly, we want to let you know while you're here, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel that you're watching.
Yes.
Go to our Diamond Wedding Services Facebook page and make sure to give us a like there if you're enjoying everything that you see here and if it's been helpful for you. Go to Twitter and do a search for Diamond Wedding Services on Twitter, and please follow us there. One thing I want to let you know really quickly that I started last week, as soon as we get to 100 follows on Twitter, one of us will be tweeting out, or all of us might be tweeting out a quick tweet just to let you know what you might need to do at that particular moment to win an extra prize. We're all about giving away prizes, obviously. So, we want to get that up to 100, and then going forward after that, for every 100 followers we get on Twitter, we're going to do the same thing. So literally, you can't win on Twitter if you're not subscribed to Twitter and you're not following us. So that's just another way for you to win.
It's still Christmas here at DWS.
It's always Christmas.
It's always Christmas. That's right.
Okay, let's get on some more things. Erica also built on to the last question. Are there any venues that you guys would not, you would suggest them not to book due to lighting or acoustics? Like I said on my answer the last time, we'll bring the lighting no matter what. We prefer a little bit more lighting, but whatever you choose, we'll accommodate it.
Yeah, there really isn't anything that Carol and I have experienced over the past 10 years. We've pretty much photographed at every wedding venue around the area, and some California, Indianapolis, Chicago. We've been just about everywhere. So it really doesn't matter. With the 10 years experience that I have, and being a photographer basically since 12 years old, it's something that I've been studying for years and years and years. So there really isn't anything that I think you can throw at us, and basically the more that you can challenge me, the more fun I'm going to have doing it. So,
as far as acoustics go, we don't really have any limitations. There might be some venues where we might suggest bringing in an extra speaker. We can run wireless speakers. So if we need to run a speaker into another room or something like that. There's a few venues around town, and if you tell us you're booking with that venue, we'll suggest that. We can add on a wireless speaker for $50 to any package, really. Some of our bigger packages come with additional speakers. Those are more for larger venues and things of that nature. So.
Okay, another one. I have seen 3 dates. Oh, we already got to that one. Good. Do you prefer the bride to have an assistant or a planner? Does that make it any easier for you? Yes, it does help. We actually had, we did a wedding up in Iowa City not too long ago. Me and the gentleman over there running all his broadcast. And
Yeah, let's mention him real quick.
Yes.
Randy is our production engineer back here in the background, and we want to give him a big hand. Thank you so
Come
much,
on over, Randy. Come on over. All the graphics, everything you see, everything that's being done, the stream.
Hi,
This
guys.
is being orchestrated by this genius right there.
And then we
Yes,
also
thank you,
want to
Randy.
recognize Carol, who is not only my second shooter, my studio manager here, but she's also running the camera that you guys are seeing this feed through. So we're going to ask Carol to come forward here for just a moment.
She's
Come
shaking her
on,
head, no,
she's
you're
saying
coming.
no.
Stick your head
But
in
she's
front of
gonna
the camera.
come. She's
So
gonna
guys,
have
just to let you know, there are people behind the scenes here helping
Hi,
us do this.
guys.
So
Sorry, we're not camera ready. We haven't got our makeup done in our hair.
Well,
Neither is Mike.
neither am I.
Like neither
I'm
is
just
mine.
fat and hungry.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. You hurt his feelings. He won't let that one go.
So where were we now?
Okay, do we prefer
Oh, okay.
bride to have an assistant or a planner? Yes, I like the assistants and the planner.
Yes, most definitely.
You, as a bride, if you are listening, you have a lot of things going on. It is so hard for you to worry about things that you shouldn't have to worry about on your big day. You're getting ready to make a commitment and marry your best friend and have them for the rest of your life. You don't need to be worried about where the food's coming out or if the photographer is using the restroom. Not that we take breaks, obviously.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So I strongly recommend having an assistant or planner. And then in some cases, some people just have their bride sister or do it. But that helps out taking the stress off the bride. But
Yeah.
there's some times where she's trying to worry about something else when she could be taking pictures or doing this. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, for us, personally, for photography portraits or my end of the deal here, we're going to have a timeline meeting generally the week of the wedding so that we know everything is in stone, so to speak. There's nothing going to change. And if you hire 2 or more of us, all 3 of us may be here at that particular time so that we are all on the same page. Now, where that's beneficial to you is we are actually going to be keeping an eye on that timeline for you. So again, like Paul said, you don't have to worry about it, and you don't necessarily have to have an event planner, which helps, obviously. But for us, personally, the biggest part of the day that we want help with is during your formal photos. I'm going to ask you during that timeline meeting for a VIP list to make sure that we don't forget aunts, uncles, relatives, anybody from out of town that that are obviously important to you and you do want photographed with you during the formal photo. So I will ask you for that list. Another thing that can be very helpful during that same formal part of the day or the formal photograph part of the day is to have what I call a barker. Generally speaking, that is someone who will know the people on both sides of the family so that when we have that list, and we can actually have someone on deck, so to speak, to use baseball speak. But, we're photographing this group, the next group is already up on deck. We can help to shuffle you through because we already know, all of us know, including yourselves, you know that the only thing that you want to do after the ceremony is get the photos over with and start with the partying. Let the party begin. So jump on the bus, jump in the limo, head to the reception, head to a park, whatever it may be. So that can be very helpful as far as, not only event planner, but also someone who knows both sides of the family during the formal photos.
All right, I'm going to nail a few more real quick.
Go ahead.
Kelly, if they have you already booked for my DJ, would you still be eligible for the giveaway at the expo? We covered this last time. It looks like Randy behind the scenes covered it for you as well. But yes, if you already have us booked, we will be happy to honor the discounts. I mean, you guys agree?
Yep.
We're not going to just keep you guys out of it because you're already, booked. So don't even worry about that. We'll absolutely honor it. Something to keep in mind for the expo. This is from Nicole Larson. She says if you guys buy your tickets online right now, they're only $10. So thank you for that.
Thank
I
you,
really
Nicole.
do appreciate it.
Good point.
And that looks like I'm caught up on questions. I don't
Okay.
know if you have any over there.
I got one more question, and I think we're going to cut off the questions. Have you ever been hired to run sound for an outdoor ceremony, and how would you mic up the bridegroom and officiant? Yes, we have been hired for just ceremony. You'll find the pricing actually on our website at twistedmics.com. But yes, we do provide sound for just ceremonies, and we've actually been to some really awkward places for ceremonies and where we might not have power available. So we actually have a generator built into our van. And we have very, very long extension cords. So if we need to run power to odd places, that's not a problem. We can definitely make that
So you
happen.
can literally be in the middle of nowhere.
We
and-
can. Yep, we have. We
mic
have
everybody
been in
up.
the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Stockton, Iowa?
I have.
Well, I've seen you do it across the street here at the Duck Creek Park.
Yes,
over
Duck
here,
Creek
so-
Park is one of those places that does not have power. So we will provide power to any location. As far as miking up bridegroom and officiant, yes, we have wireless lapel microphones that is clip on, and we can run audio that way. We actually run that in conjunction with videographers. So if you hire Paul to do videography, we will actually have those wireless mics set up with the recorder set up in our mixer, so he can actually just record the audio right from our mixer. So
Absolutely correct.
yep.
Nice clean audio. Okay, guys, just a quick second here. We want to make sure that, again, if you haven't already, get entered in for the drawing. Type in your name either via text to Kelly's phone, which Randy will put the number up here shortly. And also you can make a comment if you're watching via YouTube, obviously, go to the comment box and make sure that you type in your name. And then immediately after your name, type in DWS giveaway. We want to, once again, we want to thank our sponsor. Our main sponsor today is Logo Pro. They are here within a few steps of the building. Anything that you need regarding your wedding day, from invitations to save the date cards to table tents, you name it, even down to the apparel itself. If you want custom-made T-shirts that say bride,
Custom-made jackets.
custom-made jackets, which we are going to be giving away 2 here very, very shortly. We're going to be doing a drawing for
Invitations,
those.
koozies.
Yeah, koozies are another thing I
Yeah,
forgot to
koozies
mention.
are a big one. I see a lot of koozies at wedding receptions. Great novelty item. They're cheap. You can give them to all your guests. They can bring them home with you, and they're definitely a keepsake thing. Where a lot of other things might get tossed away. Little bubbles and stuff like that. The koozies. I collect actually wedding koozies. It's kind of cool. But you will have friends over and stuff, and I'll be handing out wedding koozies, and they're just like,
Who's Tom and
hey,
Jane?
yeah, hey, look, Mr. and Mrs. Carty. It's like just fun stuff like that. So
So you can go to logoproqc.com right now and you can start shopping.
Yep.
Okay.
You're supposed to point up at that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
logo.
It's right
Where's the
above
logo?
here.
Put it right there.
There it is right
Somewhere
there.
Zach.
right?
There you go.
So you can see the number there. In case you can't read it, the number is 563-424-5960. Again, 563-424-5960. And while we're at it here, we want to give you our telephone number here to the studio/office space, 563-888-1087. Again, 563-888-1087. We are going to continue to move forward here. I see Carol's getting our drawing entrance.
Yes.
I need
One
to
last
enter.
Ready to
question
go
if you
here?
have time for it.
Yes,
Go ahead,
no,
go ahead.
we got a few more. Is it over?
It's the last question that you had so far. I was just saying I didn't know if you guys were doing any more. It's the last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
She wanted, or Kelsey, not Kelsey. I got one up. Sorry. Abby, she wanted to know, as photographers, how would you convince the bride's parents or the groom that doing a first look saves a lot of time, and does it take away from the magic when walking down the aisle?
I want to reread this question just in case you guys couldn't hear it from back there. I'm sure you might have. Those are good mics, but just in case. As photographers, how would you convince the bride's parents or the groom that doing the first look saves a lot of time? Does
Sounds
it
like
take
we've got a groom that
away?
doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. Does it take away from the magic of walking down the aisle? I'm gonna let you take this one.
I knew
Gosh, I
you'd
feel like
say
that's
that.
my thing, isn't it?
I knew you'd
Just
say that.
ask Mike. I get nervous to answer the question.
All right.
I
First look.
will let you do it.
I'm going to give you the pros. The pros are that once, traditionally, obviously, the bride and groom don't see one another before the ceremony, but a first look can be very helpful in the fact that once we do that for you, once we do the first look, we can move immediately into completing some of the formal photos for you. So therefore, we save a little bit of time. As I mentioned earlier, the first thing you want to do after the ceremony is jump on the party bus or jump in the limo and start to have a great time. So we can save time on the back end after the ceremony by doing that first look. Regarding the magic is still going to be there, but there's a couple different ways to approach the first look in itself. The first thing I will talk to you about during your timeline meeting with us is whether or not you want to do that publicly. In other words, do you want the entire bridal party there and your parents and immediate family? Or do we want to keep all of them inside and just do the two of you? Now, either way works. It's entirely up to you, but I think obviously if by this time you've met me, for instance, on a few occasions, maybe we've done an engagement session, you already know myself and Carol, and you're not going to care that we are there because that's our job, is to capture those emotions for you. So I think usually if emotions are or that magic is what you want, I would suggest putting the rest of the bridal party back indoors and just having some secluded place with just the four of us, you two and myself and Carol, so that even the groom is comfortable around us, because I love to capture emotion from the groom as well. It's just as much about him, well, maybe not as much, but it's just as much about the groom as it is the bride. So we want to make sure that he in turn is comfortable with us as well. So I hope that answers your question. But
and Kelsey Renfro is actually or Klein now, right?
Yes, Klein.
Yeah, Kelsey Klein.
I think she's got it hyphenated. She's one of those.
She's actually doing a good job of answering the questions for you. If you guys didn't read her over in the comments, you can catch up with it. But she put it very well when she said, "As somebody who did a first look, I am so thankful that I did it. It was calming and wonderful. It did not take away any magic for me as a bride going down the aisle. In fact, I ugly cried the whole way down, and you're never supposed to cry. And I never cry when you're supposed to." And then Abby says that she's going to be doing ugly crying too. Yeah, we've all done that.
That's great. Yeah, Kelsey had kind of a situation. She had her whole day planned for the outdoors, and the first look, the formals, all of that, and lo and behold, it rained and rained and rained and rained. So I actually contacted her a couple hours before the wedding, if not earlier, just to calm her down a little bit and let her know that we would get this handled one way or another with regards to the first look and all that, and it turned out beautifully. I have one of my favorite images ever is of her husband coming up the stairs and seeing her for the first time. There's just a look in his eyes that is just unattainable and unexplainable. It's just gorgeous.
I would kind of touch base on that a little bit. As a DJ, I've seen, as I'm setting up events, if there's a ceremony on location, Mike is very good about creating that moment for you guys. Mm-hmm. So that's not something you guys really have to worry about. Yeah, there is some pros and some cons to doing a first look. I would say there's probably a little more pros photography-wise, for that first look. But if you guys are really worried about, that magic moment, Magic Mike he'll create that moment for you. Yeah, that's a good name.
That was good.
Those names. Magic Mike.
Yeah, Magic
So we've got
Mike.
El Guapo.
El Guapo.
Got Big Country.
And we got Magic Mike.
And Magic Mike.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I got two entries to throw into the.
All right.
Yeah,
in closing, we are going to get to the giveaways here. Mm-hmm. So hopefully you've all gotten in there.
Names in.
So let's decide what we're going to give away first.
Yep, I got two names to add on.
Abby.
You did get Abby? Okay.
I got Abby's name.
And I have Christina Johnson. I'm going to add that.
Christina Johnson.
This is also our little helper. Yep. You want to come say hi?
Come over here and say hi.
Nelliana?
Yeah.
Nope.
No. We've got a shy one, but she's a very good helper.
Yeah, no child labor laws here. Okay. 3 of the most awesome nicknames. LOL. Nice. Thanks. We've been working on them. Oh, get her. Get her while she's here.
Well, hello.
Lean
Thank you for helping.
She's running. Okay. Last time we gave you guys the choice of what gifts you want to, or what prizes you want us to give away first. You guys want to? Should we do that again?
Let's do it again.
All right, guys. Go ahead and put it right there in the chat. What you want us to give it away.
Why don't you name off really quickly what we're giving away so they know what?
Kelly's doing the uplighting.
Nope.
Correct.
I'm giving $100 off to any package. So
okay.
Yep, $100 off.
And
I'm giving away a bridal session, a 1 hour long photo session here with you and your wedding dress and a friend or your mother, of course, or whoever you want to bring into the studio. But it's literally a formal, glamorous type photo session here in studio.
And what's that valued at?
That's valued at $350, and I'm waiving that fee for you.
Excellent. Kelly, what's yours valued at too?
Yep, mine's $100 off. So.
Okay, good. Mine print, we planned on doing $100 off, but I'm feeling extra generous. Actually, I just want to give away more than Kelly. It's not every day you can up Kelly, and I want to get into a barter here. Right. I'll just stop it at 2. So we're going to do $200 off any of our 2-tier packages. So essentially, after our first package.
It's been beneficial for you guys to hang out for a little while anyway, because things keep going.
Did I mention I was giving away a free wedding?
Here we go.
I'm giving away a free wedding. If you go on our Facebook page, go on our, you'll see the post there. Okay. We're sharing a.
I fold.
Yeah.
You just ruined it for them.
Yeah, you can share our post there. You can go on the Diamond Wedding Services Facebook page, or you can go on the Twisted Mike's Music Entertainment Facebook page as well. You have to like both of our pages, and share the post there to be entered in to win. I think last time I checked, there's a little over 160 shares already, and I just posted about 3 hours ago. So definitely go and take advantage of that. If you come to the Bridal Expo, I'll walk you through that process of how to be entered in to win that. If you are booked with Twisted Mike's already, you are automatically entered in. But if you share that post, you will be entered in twice. So
Okay, so we've got those three things, and
Yes.
we've got additionally Family
Yep.
Chiropractic.
Family Chiropractic. Their first prize, they're giving away a free half-an-hour massage and an acupuncture. Their second one is a free consultation and an adjustment. And then also we have Ramsey Enterprise doing 20% off your next labor project. They do everything from tree removal, electrical.
20% off the labor for your next project.
20% off the labor for your next project. You need to learn how to write more legible. I can't.
And last but not least, our big sponsor, who we
You
could
win.
not do this without, our big sponsor, Logo Pro. We are going to be giving away 2 of these jackets that you see here that say Diamond Wedding Services on the lapel here. So
All right.
So who's-
Let's get started.
It looks like Mike's first. So
Okay.
while we are drawing Mike's prize, let us know which one of these prizes you want us to give away next.
And also let us know, guys, how you feel about the presentation. The next one we're going
Yes.
to have will be Friday night. I think we can pull that off, right?
Yep.
We'll find out.
We need to confirm, but we want to try to do a live remote from our booth during setup on Friday night from the Expo Center. So
best way to keep it, to make sure you guys are staying involved with that. Like all of our Facebook pages, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel here.
if it's social media, go follow us because
Yeah.
we're going to make those announcements there.
exactly.
You can't.
All right.
You look anywhere, you'll find us.
All right, you
So
draw
this
because I'm not going to draw
this
for
is
mine.
Mike- this is
Okay,
Mike's
okay.
giveaway here.
Mike's giveaway. Mike's giveaway.
Bridal session here.
All right. Can I look before everybody
Yeah, you
else?
could
I
look
should,
before
have,
you
I
leave.
should have some music playing for us.
Oh, I know the winner.
Yeah?
Paul Martinez. I got a beautiful
I got to get you an
dress.
address.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. that'd be
again.
Well, he's got one
Again.
already.
Again.
I'm not falling for
All right,
that
the
again.
winner of the Bridal Expo, or excuse me, the Bridal Session is someone that I suggested earlier to jump on tonight, and that is Lindsay Swearinger. Lindsay, you
Nice.
win the free bridal session. I can't wait to see you. Thank you
Good
so
job.
much.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm sure she's jumping up and down right now. We can't see you, Lindsay, but I hope you're jumping up and down right now. That's an awesome gift.
Okay, so we don't have anybody saying what they want us to do next, so we'll just start picking them.
Okay.
We'll go with Kelly, because Kelly's
Okay.
giving away 8 things.
All right. All right. So, Brianna Pilcher. Awesome. You actually just booked with me today, so that's awesome.
That happened last week.
Excellent.
It did happen last week. Yeah, Brianna
Somebody who
Pilcher.
booked that day
So
won
she's
last week.
winning
as
one.
well.
She's getting $100 off of her wedding. So.
They just had Kelly next anyways.
Oh,
Did they?
okay, good. All
Paul's-
right,
Paul's
who should
always
go
last.
next?
So I'm sorry I missed that.
$100 off.
Off of which one of you?
Kelly.
My package. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can't wait. And you know it, Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, honey.
All right, you guys got to do it for me, so that I can pick. Or no, I don't get to pick it. Kelly gets to pick it for me.
All right, I'll
And
pick. I'll
then I
pick
get to
for Paul
read
too, huh?
if I can get good at reading by now.
Well, I hope you've got enough practice by now.
Yeah, I know.
Is it in Spanish? I
The
can help you.
grand prize,
Grand prize.
Oh.
$100 off. All right.
Paul's grand prize,
Whatever.
goes to Miss Debbie Larson.
Debbie
Awesome.
Larson.
Congratulations. We look forward to talking with
Excuse
you
me.
and get stuff going on.
Take
Take
that
that
massage
hit.
as the grand prize.
Yeah, it is. Actually,
that-
no, I
that
thought we
one.
said that that's not happening no more.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we already gave away the
Yeah, we gave
massage.
away
Let's do
Sorry.
the family chiropractic.
Well, we're gonna do Ramsey. We'll give the massage last.
You go with the first,
Okay.
go with the first adjustment, and then go to Ramsey Enterprise, and come back for the action.
All right, there you
Alright,
go.
whatever you
Jeez,
wanna
he's
do.
got it all. He's got it all
All
put
right,
together.
so what's this for?
A free consultation and adjustment from Family Chiropractic in East Moline.
All right, the name
Illinois.
is Melissa Kern.
Oh, awesome.
Melissa, congratulations.
Kern.
Yes.
You get yourself a nice adjustment. I could use one of those.
All right, then we're going to go to Ramsey Enterprise for 20% off of labor for your next construction project.
That adds up too.
Get your husband to be on that to-do list now.
Yes,
If
there
he
you
needs help, we know who to call, right?
Yeah,
So Kelly, you can pick that one
All
out.
right, I'm pulling for Ramsey Enterprise.
20% off your labor.
Carissa Koopman.
Carissa Koopman.
Yep. Awesome. So she has 20% off.
Hopefully you got some trees needed, some
Yeah, there you go.
removed.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we have 2 prizes left, 3 prizes left, 2
Three.
jackets, and then the half-an-hour massage.
Yep.
Let's do the free half-an-hour massage and the acupuncture. And my
I want my name in there.
You're not
name is
eligible,
not
Carol.
eligible. Only us 3 and everybody else watching.
Just
All
not
right, we're not
Carol.
going to ruin our chances, are we? All right. Trisha Murfield.
There you go.
There you go. It'd be nice to get a nice little massage before your wedding.
Yeah.
Get the
You'll be stressed out.
gone.
You might need that.
Oh yeah, or after, one of the two.
All right. So
Um,
now from Logo Pro, right? We're down to the 2 jackets.
Well,
Down to
let's do this. Michelle Manfrey actually wanted to throw in the $100 off if for a prize as well. So
Michelle is the star.
I know, right?
Yeah, she's
What did she give
prized
us
to keep-
earlier?
Yeah, so $100 off if they book with her. So
$100 off if
yeah,
you book
that's
with
that's
Michelle.
what this is. Yep. So $100 off your flowers. That's what we're going to be giving away here.
So she's 2 separate prizes.
nope. That's just
Well,
one.
the special is $100 if you book with her.
Nope, $100 off. I must have read it wrong earlier. So $100 off.
Oh, so
Your
she's not as
flowers.
generous as we thought.
That's pretty generous.
That's
That's
Lots
super
of
generous. Gee, are you
I
cheap?
think
I am cheap.
Cheap?
All right, so we're doing
I have no
$100
jokes on that.
$100 off any new booking with Michelle Manfrey
Yes.
of, again, Live Love Flowers. Look her up on Facebook, look her up online.
That's how you
So
do
this is for
bookings.
the floral
Yep.
$100 credit off the flowers.
Yep.
So if you would, sir.
I'll pull that
Big
name
country.
here. Big
Ooh, Trisha's
country.
excited for her massage. All caps, exclamation point times 10.
Awesome.
That was supposed to be our massage.
Christina Johnson, $100
Christina
off.
Johnson.
Live Love Flowers.
You
Christina
get
Johnson.
a credit toward flowers. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. Okay, now do we move to the jackets?
Yep. Now the
Yep,
jackets.
let's
Once
move.
again, thank you to Logo Pro. As I mentioned, guys, look them up online, logoproqc.com.
Yep, I actually sent a client his way today.
Perfect.
So.
It's
Give-
up, it's up there, right? Logo Pro.
Logo
Yeah,
Pro
you
is
See it?
It's
Yeah.
not there yet.
Where is it?
Where's
Randy?
it go?
There's a-
Oh,
there's a-
there it is.
Randy's sleeping
It's
over there.
there.
Oh, he's
It's
asleep.
there
at the
now,
wheel.
huh?
We just can't see it on the monitors.
I was trying to give the contact information for Tricia for Family Chiropractic. I apologize.
Okay.
You can't do 4 things at once.
No.
We need a new producer.
need more
Yeah, we
arms,
need a
Randy.
new Buddha.
That way,
Randy.
that way she can book her appointment.
Hey,
LogoProQC.com. Give Brian a call at 563-424-5960. The first jacket goes to
Nicole Larson.
Nicole.
Come
Larson.
on down. You're
She
the next
won.
contestant on
She won.
Did
DWS.
she win last
She
week?
won 10 free uplights from me last week.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Gosh,
See what happens when you return to the show, guys.
Yeah.
See what happens.
We like it. Keep
All right, so
giving
we've
them
got
away.
one more jacket, right?
And then we're
Last
going to
jacket.
give away this nice camera.
No, you're not giving away my camera.
Okay. Okay. I got excited. I just
I
want
wanna
to give away
destroy.
everything. I just want to give away the whole world.
Let's get your gear out.
Go
shall we?
get now. My gear's over there. We can't give away. Won't be here next Friday.
All right, last jacket, last prize for the evening, guys. Thank you again so much to each and every one of you for coming in here. The last jacket goes to David Wilson. We have a gentleman. Awesome. David, thank you very much. You have one of our jackets coming for you.
What did the analytics say last time? What is it? The ratio men to women?
We had 72% women to men. I can't do math, so I don't know what the balance is there. Do you?
18.
18. yeah.
28.
20.
You can't-
Yeah.
28.
20.
See,
I'll-
nobody knows.
28.
That's
I'll
why we
help
have.
you
That's why
guys
we have
here.
Carol's management and all that
Yeah.
running our
So
books.
yeah, thanks for being our 28%. It's good to have a
Yeah,
little.
the guys got to represent every now
Yeah.
and then, and
Yeah.
also.
That's the reason why we're here.
Thanks
One
to
for the
all
good
of you
guys.
ladies for coming in here. We really appreciate it. In closing, again, we are Diamond Wedding Services. We are here to make your life easier with regards to your wedding day. We are all right here in the same roof. We make it a one-stop shop for you. That's how we've positioned ourselves. Make sure that you check out our sponsors. Stay tuned on Friday.
Before
Friday
you
after.
guys go, Nicole said that Paul is already booked for her wedding, and you can go ahead and give away the video package again.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gosh,
Oh.
our wedding box is full. I forgot all about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we are booked. Okay, well, good thing you're still here.
You got one
Actually,
more?
we have more. So we're going to re-pull for the wedding project. Oh, we gotta hold it. I can't do that, right?
Sorry. There you go.
Got a poker face.
This one's here.
All right. Okay. The winner of the wedding package, $200 off for Mind Print, is Abby Carbon. Carbon? I think I said that right.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
So hopefully we're open for your date. I know we're limited through 2017, but we still have some sneaks in there that you can get in there.
Cool. And guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Do us a huge favor. Subscribe to every social network that we are on. But aside from that, please share any posts that we have. Share your feelings about this evening's show and every show that we have so we can get more and more people in here. The more people we get in here, as if we needed it, the more sponsors we could get and the bigger prizes that we can start to have. We've already been noticed by some larger corporations
Yes.
nationwide, believe it or not. After one broadcast last week, I was totally surprised. I'm not at will to say who that is right at the moment because it's not set in stone, but people are watching. So the more viewers we get here, the better it's going to look for all of us.
Nicole was not the winner of the video package originally. It was Debbie Larson that was the winner. we pulled Debbie Larson's name. I don't know if that was missed.
Debbie Larson.
Yeah, this was the original
That
one.
might be her mother.
So I don't
Is
know
it-
if she was entered twice.
No.
Two names.
You're just gonna have to give away two $200 packages.
I guess. Yeah, geez, that's what I get for giving away the
I
camera.
believe
huh?
Debbie Larson is
Oh, Nicole's mom. She just said it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
while you guys are finishing up, she wanted me to check the date, and I'll let you know if I'm available in about 10 seconds while they give us some
we're
parting
okay to
goodbyes.
Snap that one and redo it with this person, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Did you have another one over there? It's right there.
Oh, yeah, that one.
So Abby, yes.
So again, guys, share, tell your friends, tell everybody you know. Not only are we going to continue to do this for brides, but it's possible we may spin off into some other things, whether it be videography, DJs, videography, DJs, photography. We plan on doing this for a long, long time. So
And we plan on having some guest appearances as
Oh,
well,
yes.
some local wedding vendors coming in. So you guys want to stay tuned. These question and answers, I think it's a brilliant thing. And
we're going to have Betsy in here from
Yeah.
La Belle Vie Bridal. Her
Yep.
boutique is literally 2 blocks north or south of us here.
Yep.
And then we are also going to have Michelle. We've mentioned Michelle several times here for the floral arrangements. We are also going to have her on here on the show as an interviewee. And then we are going to continue to just bring in any vendor that we work with and let you get to know them as well. So stay tuned, keep sharing, keep following.
Abby, to answer your question, we still do have October 15th available. So you are in luck. That was actually the last Saturday that we have available in that month. So good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Glad
keep that
for
in
you.
mind if you guys are on the fence. We are all booking out.
Yes.
It happens to me 3 times a week. We're turning somebody away.
It's the
And
worst feeling in the world.
yeah, and we hate to do that. We hate to do that. So again, check us out, follow us, send us questions, send us comments. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for sticking with us over an hour here. We appreciate that. But again, we want to make sure that you were taken care of. Any last parting words from you?
I don't think so.
Big country? Guapo?
No.
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 He's got to go get his hair done. He's got a hair appointment.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little flimsy. Somebody get the spray.
And I got to go eat. I'm hungry and fast. So thank you guys. Don't forget, another broadcast on Friday. We will let you know the time as we narrow things down here. But enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you from all of us to all of you.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
my massage.